Hello, this is going to be a quick demonstration of our new student team feature that we've recently built for the 2017 through 2018 school year. This is going to be one of our new Zen framework versions of the student team. So as we discussed in previous videos, we do have both options. So you can have students teams, you can click that directly if you want. But also this is available through the student options menu like so. So if you're on the new version of the student search screen, you can go to any student that you want to work on with the student team, and then when we come down, you'll see that we have the original version still available to you, and we also have in the green tab there the new version. And what I wanted to show you is the new version. It's actually probably my favorite thing that we've added this year, and I think it's going to be kind of a nice improvement over the original. So let me just show you that. So I'm just picking any student here. I'm going to pick the students team link. So the first thing you'll notice that this screen looks incredibly different than it originally did, but the overall elements of the page are still there. Where before we used to have a menu that would include all the names that you see down here in the section labeled teachers not part of the Zen assessments team. So we just took them out of that menu and we just put them into a list with these little tabs across the sides here. So what that does is it allows us to instantly set up a student team, whereas before we have to, select one student, apply a level of access. Then we have to select another student and then give them the level of access, and it was kind of a repetitive, slow process. And this new method to assign a student team, you can see up here, these are the two people we have on the team as of right now. To add team members to that, it's just a matter of going down to this sub list just below it and pick the people that need to be added. So just we'll just pick a couple at random. We'll say this person wants to have edit access. This person will get view access, and then we'll give this guy edit access. So to add 3 team members at once, I just check those boxes, hit save, and then when the page refreshes, we should see them right up here, and you can see that the levels of access that we've given them are already put into place. Another thing I wanted to show you this time around is that we've added a different option before. If you recall in the past, we pretty much relied on the case manager and the case manager only to create new forms for a student. This time around, we're giving you the option to give your team members the ability to create forms if necessary. This is definitely one I would be pretty judicious about. Maybe not give this ability to everybody, because it does make sense to have a limited number of people creating forms. But in some scenarios, maybe you have a school psychologist just wants to get in and start creating an MDT. You don't want to have them flag you down and you have to go do all this. So if you have somebody who needs to create their own specialized forms, maybe even like a transition expert, create the summary of performance form. But if you have somebody like that who needs to create their own forms and just, for sake of simplicity and efficiency, you can do that. So you can give any current team member that ability to create forms, but just by clicking in the box here, and that will, well, I have to save the form to lock that in place, but you can give somebody edit as well as create access, and that will allow them to generate forms. Another nice feature about this is that when you come to the student team screen, if you look over on the left, this is a list of all the other students in the school building that my fake account would have access to. Now these are all, of course, fake students, but let's just imagine we just worked on our student Zen assessment, and then we think to ourselves, you know what, we need to add a few other student teams too. So rather than have you go back to the student search, and then you got to go and find the the next student and hit the forms, once you get to the students team page, you don't have to do any of that jumping around. All your other students are listed over here. So if I want to go from this student on to the next one, let me find one that's maybe a better sounding name. We'll go to Zen Man. How about that? So we'll click on this name. Page will refresh. So now we're talking about the student team of our ZenMan account. It's, just like before, I'll just find a few people that need to have access to that student's records. I'll hit, you know, give them the edit privilege, save the case, and then we can send that person. And then again, it's just on to the next one. If you do have a whole bunch of students, probably more than you're able to see on one screen here, this does have a next page. You can use that and sort through and find the students you're looking for. But we've also built in a little search option too, and it's keys off by the last name. So for instance here, if we're looking for this student down here and we named him Bert Down. So just as a quick shortcut to filter out all the kids who don't meet that criteria, I can just come up here, and again, it's keyed off by last name, but I'll just put you know, the letter D in. That filters out every kid who doesn't have the last name starting with D, and that gets us to our one kid. If we have somebody, I have a whole bunch of things named for 2017, so if I wanted to you know, click S, I get all of those. Well, they all have the same last name, so that's a bad example, but anyway, you get the point. Yeah, so this is going to be our new student screen, our student team screen. Again, we do have the original that you can still use, but I feel like this one's going to be a little more efficient for you, and hopefully you'll like it. Like I've been saying, if you can come up with a better way to do this, or if you have some ideas for improvements, we sure would love to hear them. Thank you very much.